Hi, this is Joanne Davies and welcome back to my channel. So it's a pleasure to be coming to you again from the beautiful west coast of Scotland here, and I'm just out for my evening walk during this coronavirus lockdown. And if you're coming to this video after the year 2020, just look up coronavirus and you'll know what I'm talking about. But for those of us that are here just now in the year 2020, then you'll be the same as me, the world over, where you will find yourself locked down and probably looking for some kind of distraction just now. So if you're a developing medium, I hope that I'll be able to offer some insight for you that might help you as you develop on your path of mediumship. So I've already covered a video on my 5 top tips for mediumship development, and one of those tips was about getting to know your spirit team and about building a rapport and a connection with those people in the spirit world who may be working with you. And, you know, as a student of mediumship, you can be forgiven for thinking that mediumship is difficult because it's shrouded in so much mystery and secrecy. And I think for a long time, those who've been in the know have deliberately kept things behind closed doors. And it's only really now in the 21st century, since the advent of social media, I feel that we're really able to reach a much wider audience with the secrets to developing good mediumship. So what I'd like to talk to you about in this video is more or less about your rituals perhaps that you might use for making that connection to spirit. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, do you think you require to do some kind of ritual before you make that link? Well, many of you will have been taught a ritual by a tutor or mentor if you've been developing already prior to coming along to this video. And I know that when I first started development myself, I remember one of my first tutors had a penchant for crystals, and that for her was her ritual and possibly a security blanket. And it wasn't until later on that I began to realise that lots of mediums have different rituals for developing mediumship and performing mediumship. And some of those rituals do involve holding things in their hands, such as crystals. But in fact, if you do hold a crystal in your hand during a demonstration of mediumship, then technically you're not performing mediumship. In effect, what you're doing there is some kind of psychometry, because the presumption would be that someone has held or owned that crystal. And even if it's your own crystal and you're holding on to it for dear life, the chances are you're picking up some of your own fear and energy that's been instilled into that crystal prior to you then going and trying to do mediumship. So it's not going to be conducive to good mediumship. So the question is, what is conducive to good mediumship? So the question is, what is conducive to good mediumship? Well, in my opinion, intention is the most important thing when it comes to making a connection with those who are in the spirit world. As I discussed in my last video, making time to sit with spirit is essential. And in the early stages of your development, I firmly believe, from a place of my own truth, that sitting in the stillness in a meditative state or sitting in the power with your spirit team is absolutely essential. Some other mediums will say, oh well, you know, you don't need to do any of these crazy rituals, but I feel to begin with, in order to get yourself used to going into an altered state, I think it's a good practice, and I personally feel it makes good sense. But then after you've been doing that for a while, and it becomes second nature to go into that altered state and sit with spirit, well, what do you do next? And I personally feel that it's a good idea to think about what is my intention, because everything in this universe is energy. You are energy, the grass is energy, the trees are energy, the spirit world are energy, and every intention and every thought you have is energy. So if you have this thing in your mind, oh, I need to do my ritual, and then imagine you arrive at a spiritualist church to do a demonstration, and just imagine there was a traffic jam on the way there, and you've had no time to perform your ritual before going on the platform. What's going to happen? Well, your intention will be destroyed, that intention of connecting with spirit, because ultimately you'll be telling yourself, oh no, I haven't done my ritual, this is not going to work. And so you're going to step in that platform, you're going to be flustered, and things will not work. So if you develop a practice and a habit of trusting the spirit world, if you develop that connection and rapport with your spirit team within the first couple of years of your development, then 3-4 years down the line, when you go along to do your first church service, you will trust absolutely that that spirit world is there. You will trust those guides and ancestors and know that they are there for you. And therefore, if you don't have time to do a meditation or gather some crystals or burn some incense before going on the platform, then that won't be a problem, because you will have that trust absolutely in your spirit team. But also, you will know without a doubt that you can just take your awareness from here to there. And that's where the intention becomes important. So before I do a reading, if I don't have any time, I just set the intention. Today I am going to connect with the spirit world. And now I'm shifting my focus from what I'm doing here in the here and now, and I'm shifting my focus to this bubble above my head, or whatever analogy you want to use, and I'm inviting a spirit communicator to step into my space. And it really is as simple as that. And as soon as you set that intention, the spirit world, who are energy, receive your energy, your positive energy, which is saying to them, I intend to connect with you. And as soon as they receive that energy, they're ready to connect with you. And so the connection is there. So spend the time in the first few years, connect with your team, get to know them, and allow them to get to know you and get to work with you. And that will reap so many rewards and benefits for you in the future in terms of trust, so that then when you just come to that point where you need to flip the switch, just like that, you can do it. Simple as. So I'll leave those thoughts with you. If you like this video, please like, and please share with any friends who you think might enjoy this video. Also, please hit the subscribe bell, and then you'll get a little ding-a-ling-a-ling every time I post a new video. So it's been a pleasure speaking to you again, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Cheers. Bye.